Hello, greetings. Just getting started. One moment as all systems are going. I'm going to start hearing myself. Turn off. Off. Good. Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining us for a channeling or connection of some kind. We have cats here, two of them, so if you feel any drama going on, it's not me, it's them. I should have heard it before I started up. Okay, as for today's topic, is channeling the angelic realms. Also, we call the Bilderberg. Oh, there's a cat right there. Anyway, the Bilderberg group right now is in progress in Chantilly, Virginia. I believe it's there until like Sunday or something like that. Other than like the Bilderberg group, if you're not aware, it's it's just a bunch of old guys that are rich. You get together. It's kind of creepy when you think about it. More money than God, as some might say. It's kind of a bunch of nonsense. From what I feel, it's mostly just them trying to fill their pockets. Some of them have power, some of them don't. Some just go there to just ask for power. As for your cabal, they're not really involved with it. Well, in some cases they probably are, but for the most part, I don't believe so. Yeah, conversation, the feline conversation going on here. All right, basically, when you open up the channel for any being that has a message, and we do have a few topics to go into. Let's see what else. Anything else going on? Yeah, Kathy Gifford thing. I'm not gonna go into that. I don't really care. Yeah, this thing. One thing I did pick up today. Oh, a couple of things. Understand most of this channeled messages. This isn't TOS1. This isn't the male version of TOS1. If I might claim I am like that. She's kind of moody, as you can tell. These are mostly just channeled subjects that come through. Of course, hers are too, but mine's a little bit unconventional. As we get more weird with the world, as we unfold reality, or let go of this reality that we're being enslaved to, however you want to word it. This is not an endorsement for Zoom. I think it's right there, the logo, or there. I forget. It's there. Gonna be upgrading the system, upgrading other things around here that fell apart. Yeah, my air conditioner downstairs, like maybe 20 years old. It's falling apart last night, kept me up, but also something else was around me keeping me up. It wasn't just the air conditioner. But what felt, I wasn't sure. I couldn't sleep at all last night. As usual, I can't tell who's there. I believe, my air conditioner is getting really loud, like it's on its way out. And I can feel like it being manipulated, which is interesting. So I felt it coming, getting really loud, and I could felt it like some sort of energy forces around it bringing down the noise, which I found interesting. So here I can't sleep. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I cannot sleep for anything. Dozing off here and there, but really cannot sleep. Then in the morning I felt more of a reptilian presence around. I don't know what was going on. I did feel like one of those paralysis moments. I had that, but I don't know what was going on. Not really. It wasn't pleasant. There's some that are, you just like, you're coming back in your body kind of jolt. This was more struggling. So I'm not sure if I mentioned this. Yeah, the night, was it Wednesday morning, during the nighttime, Tuesday night, going to Wednesday morning. I believe it was, I saw those actors. I did feel like an MIB presence there. So yeah, it gives you kind of an idea. From what I'm feeling, is that something came up in the webinar that I didn't want to be known. That's my feeling on it. So I get a visit when that happens. So I'm not worried about it. It's just the way it is. That's my feeling. I don't know the details. It's just my vibe on it. So anyway, let's see here. Oops. Okay, before we begin, we're going to go into, I'm not sure. We're going to go into, we're still getting used to Zoom, as you can tell. Well, one thing about this, it's a lot more stable than, pardon my moment. Oh yeah, another thing. When I start up, it's supposed to have my avatar. This says Ivan on it, but it's supposed to be colored. It's the avatar you probably see in other videos. Instead, it's just black. So when it connects to YouTube, it's actually recording to YouTube. But anyway, so I wait for it to fully lock on, but it's already recording to it. That's why it's like a 30-second delay in the beginning, because I'm still getting used to that. So just starting up, I wait for it to connect, because it opens up a web page and it starts playing it. So I'm figuring out how to go about all this. But at least Zoom, the quality is a lot better. I have their lovely logo in the corner. I'm not endorsing them. They're not endorsing me. They should be endorsing me, but they're not. So, but it seems to be a more crisper color. I might continue to use this or use the other once I upgrade the system. We'll see. And we'll see. I might just use this a lot easier. Seems to be a lot smoother. The machine I'm using right now, it's more like an office PC. I've had it for a year, and I leave it on at night to upload stuff for video editing. So it's up all night. So, and it's not exactly air conditioned in here either. So it does take a beating during the weather. It's not on usually throughout the day unless I have a session. But it does take a beating, and usually machines are very good in hot weather. So anyway, it's been kind of rainy here. So anyway, there's some useful as tech news there. So all right, why are we here today? If you're new to all this, we'll give you kind of a glimpse of who I am. Oh, well, I'm not gonna go too far to that. Might go somewhere else. Well, yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, well, that's a new social network, Spirit Q. We jumped right into that one. Yeah, no, well, it's still in the works. Right now, yeah, you can sign up. Before it was just going to be for Google, but I had issues. Some had issues with Google signing in, so I activated this. So this is a work in progress. Any video that's given to me, and basically I was going to do a walkthrough through this today. I completely forgot about it. Well, I might do a walkthrough after this. Well, we'll see. It's still, the link is down below to sign up, or you can do spiritq.com. I submitted this to Google and it has not showed up in the search engines yet. That's interesting. They might not accept it. So I might change the name of it. We'll see. It's not that important. You have the links in the video descriptions. I'll be adding it to the web app eventually. Okay, we have here's ivanteller.com. It's the main site. And of course, you can order a private session, visit our shop to submit questions. I'm going to be adding a few more products to the shop, maybe today or tomorrow. I'm not sure. Basically, it's for healings and other details. For session type of information. For private sessions right now, most of the week is open at this time. So if you want to book anything, it's you can have the calendars here to book, and there's other methods of booking also. If you want to use different payments, or if the calendar is not working, so there's other methods of going about it. And they're probably going to eventually fix my about page, but if you want to know anything about me, there I am with my cool alien friend. So if you need to know anything, it kind of gives you a glimpse. The videos here give you more details also if you care to watch. So So that's that. So it's ivanteller.com. That's in the link description below. It's also Spirit Social. Here you can submit questions. You can have healings. I'm going to add extra features, extra products to this too. And channeling consulting is involved. A day has one question a day. She's on the YouTube channel. You can check her out. It's also the chakra healings through a day. And the soul painting is through Stephanie. So we have other, you can do gift cards here also. And have some stuff from Amazon here if you want to take a look. And how to get over here? That is for some other day. And also we have web apps here for Android and for iPhone. And that's about it. All right. Actually, we're going to go into our subject of today. Actually, I should be leaving a lot of this stuff up, but let me disappear again. All right, let me set this up. Let me close some of this down. Don't need all this. I'm setting up my other screen, so bear with me. All right, we're going to go real quick. Going to go into... Oh, sorry. Music into the Angelic realms. Now, I did not put this in the link in the below because I forgot. So this is a band, Rhythm Roulette Tuxedo, if I spelled any of it, if I pronounced that right. Sorry, whatever. Basically, this band, and of course there are others that are channeling from the angelic realms. Imagine, I even feel like Nirvana does that to a certain degree. Of course, classical music is also, actually a lot of classical music, depending on what it is actually from the angelic realms, but also from Agartha. This band here is, from what I've been told by a friend of mine, that they channel the angelic realms, so you can check them out and see what you feel from this. This is another video of theirs. So a lot of musicians are doing this. Of course, they've been doing this for a long time, of course. Some are more aware of it than others. A lot of them are in metal bands, which is kind of strange. They know there are Arcturian connections and Palladian connections, but they connect to their dark side, so this is very, well, that's part of their process. I guess a lot of people come here to explore their dark side, so they go into heavy metal, but as for, like the pop singers like Taylor Swift, let's see, where is Taylor from? Let's see, Taylor, I feel a lot of Yael. I feel a lot of Yael from her, actually. At least her music connections. But for this band, to go back, I'm gonna jump around a little bit as I usually do. This band, it's obviously music is very healing, correct? So there's no surprise channeling through channeling from the angelic realms is a big mystery, not at all. And this, of course, is not really known in the mainstream. It's not like they talk about it in music news today on the radio. They don't really talk about those things. It kind of like it's a foreign thought, but I believe that will change over time. Sorry, I'm doing some arrangements here. Obviously, it's going to change over time. Taylor Swift, of course, I don't remember any. Like Jay-Z, the carrion that came through the other day. Jay-Z, I felt a lot of Jay-Z, the musician. I think he's a musician. I'm not sure what he is anymore. That gives you, and there's more clear connections that eventually we will connect with over time. I believe eventually this will go into more of the mainstream. Now that oh, what is her name? That was the Manchester. The I don't remember her name. The teeny bopper there. That's kind of egotistical. Avograda or whatever she calls herself. That's super reptilian. That is egotistical, reptilian, and I think I mentioned some of those are some Arcturian. That's interesting. I would not see Arcturian with her, but very disobedient, as you might see that. Of course, there's a lot of demonic music out there. Some musicians are just trying to clear their stuff. They might have been what I'm getting from like heavy metal music isn't very like torture in other lifetimes. Just it's funny that some of them have the big the they have what have the love of their life. They have a career like like die for if you're into that type of thing, and yet their music is super dark. Oh, it's clearing out a lot of I think a lot of victimness. It's not. I think so. Our history has a lot of it's not exactly perfect. Yeah, it's getting kind of better. I mean, our food supply isn't exactly the best for being poisoned all the time, but well, not all the time, but quite a bit. We're being weaponized to some degree, chemical warfare. But a lot of these, the reason I'm connecting to the heavy metal stuff is like, why is that? I mean, what is all that about anyway? I mean, other stuff you can kind of get. Well, there's rap. I'll go into that in a second. I'm not. I don't know anything about this. I'm just going by what's coming through. Um, yeah, I don't want to sit around just Mr. Know It All, just right. I don't know anything. But from what I'm gathering, no, I'll take that back anyway. Uh, from gathering for, let's see here. For heavy metal, it's a lot of people, always musicians and those bands, even those that are listening to it, are it's almost like a cry, is what I'm feeling. Not all of it is, but some of it is like it's like a cry. It's like it's this anger. Uh, some of it's why me, not all of it. And I'm not talking about what's in the lyrics, just in the tone. Yeah, the melodies, the tone of it, just that type of stuff. Might not be in the lyrics, maybe it does. Um, it does feel like a lot of the angels. I mean, how else are they going to connect with us through music, of course? But the type that's not controlled. That's why the independent artists are the easiest to connect with. It's like you want to go far, but also want to work through your heart, and they connect their hearts to the other side, to the angelic realms, to Agartha, to even the aliens. But this seems like most of them are connecting mostly to Agartha and the angelic realms. Aliens sometimes not so much. There are times, but not so much. If it's connecting to aliens, most likely they'll be more clear about it. You would see it somewhere. Like they're searching in the stars, stuff like that, for answers or something like that. But from what I'm gathering, for like heavy metal music at least, a lot of that has to do with just people beheadings and stuff like that, disease, losing your family, like like a lot of these musicians, like they have like the perfect family, even though like super dark. Like they had these past lives where they died really young. They found maybe the love of their life and didn't find anybody, and saw their lives as wasted. So they come here, and so they're reliving their life, but trying to figure out the trauma that they're living through. A lot of them are probably pretty open, but they're still very dark. I don't know why that's coming through. Is because there's a lot of sadness there. I'm not sure how positive they are. Mm, like it's just a boiling pot there. It's like a cry for help, you can say. They don't always show it, but yeah, especially like artists that have a lot of like painters that have a lot of dark demon stuff. A lot of it has to do with now. Some of that has to do with, from what I'm feeling, A lot of those are aliens just coming here, just observing the world, and it's like they're painting what they see. You know, they're just observers. They're just painting what they're feeling from other people. You know, a lot of it's demons and stuff like that. Not to say I'm not going to go into that completely, but it gives you kind of an idea. Not just necessarily they say they've actually experienced that here. Some of them have to a certain degree, of course. Imagine most artists here, at least the painters, have had incarnations here in the past, most of them, from what I'm feeling. But as for uh, like rap music, that is, what is that? I feel actually a lot of Arturian there. It's like rhyme. Of course, they're more Arturians are mostly into symbolism, but it does seem like rap is more. Actually, it's a lot of Pleiadian. It's just what I'm gathering is like how they fast talk through all that stuff. It's like very telepathic, but they're not telepathic right now. So it's another way of like reconnecting to your telepathic abilities. It sounds kind of weird, but it's like you're using that type of like rap music rhythm rhyme. You kind of like talking song. It seems to be something that is, from what I'm feeling, I believe there's a lot more to it than that, but let's see here. It's also it's like a message to certain like certain type of people. Obviously, it's not for everybody, but again, what music is for everybody? A rap seems to be for a certain person. It's like a certain Pleiadian group or certain groups. Like we're all talking to each other. Nobody understands us. You know, it's like that type of thing is what I'm getting from it. I don't know why rap can't serve, but anyway. Um, this is what I'm getting downloaded. Taylor Swift is, I guess she has been somewhat possessed in her past in some degree. From what I'm feeling, yeah, when she gets dark, you kind of see that they're kind of getting their claws into her. Um, I guess there's like a hypocrite, hypocrite energy around her also, from what I'm seeing, to a certain degree, towards others. Of course, some do that to her also, from what I'm feeling. But she does that to others also. It seems because for her, I'm not sure why that one's coming through. Well, I guess she's like one of the most popular ones, always in the media and tabloid. Let's see here. For some reason that seems to be a topic that might be. 1 second. A lot of humans aren't really understanding her being here. It seems it's kind of like a mystery. It's like, why did you choose? From what I'm gathering around her, it's like, why did you choose to come here? It's like to lift people up, but yeah, but you're turning into everybody else in the music industry, into some in some degree. Um, it seems to be she should have a different point of view. Another way is like, from what I'm seeing, is like it's another way of disclosure of what's going on in the music industry. It's like, see what happens to me when I get involved with this. Watch me transform in front of you. I think she already has to some degree, to some case, in some way she has. Um, it does seem like a slight possession because many want her to go a lot darker. Like Jay Z or yeah, Beyonce or Bounce, whatever she calls herself. It does seem like they wanted her to go darker. I don't think she will. She might. I'm not seeing that right now. I think she's put some of that out there. As for why I'm talking about this, has to do with music and downloading. Uh, I feel a lot of elemental, and you know what I'm getting? Yeah, elemental fairy energies. Yeah, a fairy point of view to mostly females. Yeah, it's just a big old fairy, basically. That's a fairy girl. She kind of looks like one when you think about it. Yeah, that's a singing fairy, basically. Stripper, I kind of see that too around her. Yeah, I see that. Well, in a past life at least. This isn't exactly the life she really chose. It's like she took it, of course. She did choose it, but it's not something that she really was looking forward to, from what I'm feeling. It does seem like she has a message, obviously, but I don't believe she's put her message out fully. It's not been, yeah, she's still young, so she's not done yet, as you can tell. It's almost like, uh, obviously, many listen to her. So, as for her connecting to Crazy Town, I doubt it. Well, you never know. I doubt it. I see so much skepticism around her. She's been pretty blinded by the light, or, well, Hollywood's light for that matter. So I don't see her fully. Oh, you never know. I don't see it now. Let's put it that way. A lot of her fans, if she goes in this direction, which I doubt, but like I said, a lot of them are going to be in disbelief. But then again, uh, many are not. Many are actually listen to her are actually younger souls. So I do see a lot of angelic energies around her. Actually, it's like I want to say like lost souls, aren't we all? Yeah, lost souls. I can't find an identity worth anything here, so she's like here to just help you find one. It's like if you can't figure out your life, why don't you just copy mine? You know, if you need somebody to look up to me. Even if I'm not exactly the best role model, but she's no different than any other girl from what I'm seeing, especially the dating scene. Uh, but she's just more in the spotlight. That's all. But that's what I'm seeing. It's like it doesn't mean that she has it all figured out, but she's helping those that are not, that are lost. Now that goes into something else. Is that as it's going to take a while for the world to see things a little bit differently, like the mainstream to crack itself open, maybe see the spiritual point of view, or however you want to call it, the real world. To our world is pretty much manufactured, corporate manufactured. The Bilderberg group manufactured false reality. Of course, many corporations are, they won't put this stuff in the mainstream, but you never know. If they do, they'll spin it like they do with David Icke. David Icke does a lot of dark stuff, as you can tell. Where's the light there? There isn't any, which is unfortunate. That's too bad. There is more, but I believe he can connect to it. He just doesn't for some reason. He just whatever it is that he's doing, it's all a dark path. Unfortunately, like reptilians, like Anunnaki, it's all dark. And it's like I don't know what the solutions are from him. I've watched this stuff. I didn't see many solutions. But basically, the solutions of all this is just meditate, however you want to, and just see what you see. Basically, you think your imagination is playing tricks on it. Not at all. Some do have visitations from reptilians and grays to get you going, and then you go down further. He's like, where do I go from here? Basically, it's whatever is coming around you, whatever your intuition is bringing you. So yeah, it's different for everybody, and your point of views are going to be different because it's like you see this person's hair as green, but ever someone else will see it as yellow or orange. We all have a different point of view. So that's where you're going to come into like this being has one eye or two eyes, or grays are scary, and other people say grays are fine. Some of them are kind of weird, but not all of them. Then again, look at our race. So, as for humanity growing and changing, it's going to take, I don't know, it's going to take time. It all depends on us, basically, your point of view, what type of positivity you put out in the world. So, yeah, it's everybody has their own answer, basically. Or if there is no answer, at least you have a not necessarily a solution, but just your point of view. The angelic realms. If you want to be in the angelic realms, there's nothing wrong with connecting to that. You don't even have to connect to the aliens all the time. If you want to connect to Agartha, you don't have to connect to you don't have to connect to, the angelic realms. Connect to what feels right for you. Some people don't connect to the aliens at all. Quite understandable. It gets kind of weird. Whereas the Agarthians get kind of weird too, especially when you see giants all the time. Especially when always with the aliens, you see insectoids, you see beings that you don't even understand. It's like I'm seeing this stuff and I'm just not getting it. But it does, I mean, like last night, because sleep, obviously they're in another dimension. I believe as more of you awaken, the more of you are awakened to this type of like angels, fairies, you're not scared because they can see that. They can know if you're scared or not. If you're ready to see them, they'll know. So such as your aliens too. Some might say they're ready, but they're not ready. So I believe when you get more, just allow them to come through, basically. Not to say it's going to happen tomorrow, but I believe it will eventually. It will. The veil will open. Now, you might just get an indication where they are. They don't do that because they want to interfere with your what you're doing. Because like, if you're on a mission, you're on a mission. Everybody is. Like you're at the grocery store, you need to go and do this, and don't mess with them now. We'll get them at the park. You know what I mean, or whatever. And even there, it might not show up. It's all if you're looking for it, doesn't mean you're going to see them. They'll come through when time's right. I mean, you're going to concentrate it. Oh no, that's fine. But seeing them will happen eventually. I feel that if you're ready. So, in your third eye, but from what I feel, I think it'll be a lot more clearer than their third eye. It all depends on So it has a lot to do with uh, just not judging people, not judging yourself, having peace for yourself. Not being so hard on yourself. Of course, if you have work and stuff like that, blah blah blah. But not holding it over your head. You're not. It just seemed like, but when you're saying, okay, I'm all these things, I'm not seeing anything yet, but give it all time. Because they can feel that you're kind of impatient and stuff. They can feel your aggravation. It's like I can't show up to them. They're going to go crazy, and then they're going to think about. Remember, I saw that alien. It's like that's all you think about for the next 5 years. It's like, So as for them, right now it seems like messages is most important, as you can tell. That's what's been coming through the most. But also, I believe they will be showing themselves at a glimpse, at least, when the time's right. You'll know if you're one of them. I mean, usually if you don't care, they'll probably show up to you. If you don't care if they show up or not. I mean, you go out, you're okay with it. Of course, you can put your intentions out there. It's like I'd rather see a nice angel than a two-headed reptilian. And some of us just want to see two-headed reptilians. I want to see all of it. I don't care. I'm already connected to all of it. I mean, I want to see all that weird shit. It's all that Star Wars stuff that you see in Star Wars. I want to see all that. Of course, it's a lot better than that, but no, I'm all for it. I believe that will. I mean, that's all here. It's just we can't see it. I'm not sure about the Star Wars stuff exactly like that, but it's weird. Like a talking crocodile and stuff like that. Something out there is like that. I mean, I have seen reptilians, so reptilians look like you see that movie Ninja Turtles? It kind of looks like that, but a reptilian, big, not super big, like maybe 6 feet tall, but it's a big guy. It's fucking cool. So, yeah, when they're mad, it's funny. It's like I just want to get a selfie with these guys, and just want to, so so, um, But yeah, they know more about us than we know about ourselves, of course. So the more peace of mind you have for yourself and others, see how the media and all that, and if you don't pay attention, well, they're all tearing each other apart, just in case you're wondering. That's not going to help you connect to the higher realms at all. I mean, they're all just ripping each other apart. It's just, and this is what I got downloaded today or yesterday. I think it's today. How the cabal works is that basically they put out an idea, and we just follow it like kids. You know, they don't have to do much for us to tear each other apart. They don't have to do much at all. They just watch us destroy ourselves. Watch, or they watch us either drink ourselves to death or destroy ourselves in the media or whatever it is. They don't have to do much. And those that don't pay attention to any of this and know they have nothing, they're not worried about them because they're not connecting to their spirit guides or anything. So it's like they're okay with that too. It's like, hey, yeah, stay asleep. That's cool. I don't have to worry about you. And so when you start connecting, it's all of a sudden they get, oh, fuck you. But I feel some of that. It's like, man, what the fuck are you doing? And then they try to fear you out of it. And once you get past that, it's like, okay, now you're here to stay. Great. It's like, great. Now we got this. So they do keep an eye on you. It's not hard for them to do that. So when you become more awakened, they do try to make your life a little bit more unease. But if something happens, like something negative, like car breaks down, stuff like that, it's like, you know what, this is the process of life, it'll be all right. Then they get more pissed off from what I'm feeling. Some of them do. It's like, this is not good. Because, when you don't let what they're putting into our minds, the program, none of it works anymore, then they're screwed. So, as you can tell, most of humanity is part of the project. It's not very hard to control people, not in a negative way, especially with body image and families are not exactly easy to be a part of these days, or any day for that matter. So, you can't even trust your own family half the time. So it's like they got this world all packaged up. So when you start healing the family, healing yourself, you don't necessarily have to meditate, but if you're cool with everybody and you're just not, and you realize you have guides, angels, unicorns, whatever it might be, leprechauns that are not from Ireland. I don't know if I made a video about that, but they're leprechauns, but they're not Irish. I think they've been seen in Ireland, but I've been picking up leprechauns that are not Irish. They're good luck, and they look weird. They might look really, really weird looking, but I mean, they're friendly. I believe they're around more than you might realize. They're more, yeah. See, I don't know why they're around. They're for good luck, though. So if you feel a leprechaun around you, you got luck. You can always ask for one to come to you also. I know that all sounds crazy, but give it a shot, see what happens. You can even ask for a message from a leprechaun. I would surround yourself with a light before you do that, just in case reptilians like, oh yeah, do whatever you want. Yeah, here, smell my butt too. I just got that too. So I got that from. So anyway, I was going to mention this, but I forgot. Yeah, a long time ago, and I do feel there are leprechauns around more than you might realize. They're not all Irish. They have, yeah, like I said, they've been seen in Ireland, but they're everywhere. I don't know, pot of gold. Well, they're part of luck. So let's see here. They give you wisdom from the higher realms, angelic realms. They're more spiritual souls, of course. They've been wrapped up as Irish because the Irish believed in them the most. That's why they came through to them. They connected to them the most. But they can connect to anybody, and they're not just Irish. They're all kind of Mexican, whatever. They're everything. So Ireland, the Irish just remembered them too, because they are part of the Agarthian beings, but they've been forgotten for some time. Yeah, Santa Claus is even there's even versions of Santa Claus and Agartha. There's different versions of them. Um, but very giving, very just kind. Not this, There's another version of Santa, of course, but this is more of the ones that the kids connect to the most. It's mostly is actually let's see, Santa is more of a protector of children. Of the ideas, there's much more going on than what their parents are allowing to come through. It's basically you can say Santa is like an elf, basically, like a big elf, and it's it's like it's humanity not forgetting it's like humanity re-reminding itself what's here, but then calling it all fiction because it's not ready to fully see it right now. The elves are actually pretty quiet here. The fairies are also around humans. They're pretty quiet. Sometimes they are very loud, depending on who you are. You can call on them, but usually they leave most humans around. It's funny. The fairies seem to be around mostly females, helping them out of love triangles. uh, and sometimes it does feel like fairies can be kind of influential in getting you in a bad relationship, from what I'm feeling, but they're not doing it to be mean to you. It's just like go experience that one, see what that happens, see what happens with that one. That's what I'm feeling as a female. So it's curiosity, basically. Um, this one I have to look up. I just got something. Hold on for a second. I gotta look this up. Let's see here. Okay, that makes sense why I got that. Well, I've been picking up the dwarfs. I can't. Oh, yeah, like I'm not sure if this is a very good rendition of them, but the dwarf, like you see in Snow White. Okay, this might not be a perfect. Yeah, like short little. There's Snow White stuff, but the dwarfs, yeah, they're like short little. A lot of males pick up the dwarfs' energies. Yeah, try connecting to that. No wonder so many guys are screwed up. I'm not sure if this is a perfect. It's more like that. So a lot of guys are connecting to more of the dwarf energies. It is something similar to this. I would say it's more like this. It's not so warlike. These are all warlike dwarfs. I believe there are very friendly ones, but the dwarfs are very social, and like the females are connecting to a lot of fairies. A lot of males connected to dwarfs. Doesn't mean you have to be short, but I believe a lot of humans are. I mean, a lot of humans are short in the past anyway, because of what we're eating and stuff like that. So the dwarfs that will come through over time. That's a little bit of a weird one. I'm not even getting a full indication of that. Um, has to do with social. Like the dwarfs do build things, like like we have Home Depot stuff like that. Building, the dwarfs are very much are builders. So people, males, even females, there are female dwarfs, but those that are very into building seem to be very dwarf-like, resourceful. Does seem like no, those are very warrior-like. I'm not feeling the warrior. Oh, some of them are, but they're short little guys. That's for sure. God, there's so much stuff in Agartha. There's so much in the. I'm also feeling there's a lot in the angelic realms that have not been connected to. Also, that we don't really have words for. They've been kind of keeping a lot of it from us You can say it's like a other side, angelic realm, Agartha. Like there's a lot of beings there that are very strange that are not here anymore. That used to be, that are extinct. That are on on the other side, strange looking beings. I'm kind of seeing them, but not very clear. So, yeah. Well, eventually that will be connected to. It takes time. Yeah, like there's a movie. What was it called? Oh, it had a blue fairy. I'm picking up this blue fairy. I've picked up on it before. Let's see, the blue fairy. There's a lot of symbolism with the blue fairy. The blue fairy is actually one of you can say one of the more powerful fairies in Agartha. It's the ones that people listen to because of the way they look. It's in a movie. I have to go find it though. It's in a Spielberg movie. I believe it was part of Pinocchio. Yeah, but it's also a Spielberg movie. Yeah, Pinocchio. You know the fairy that brought Pinocchio back to life. That was a blue fairy. I believe so. I don't know. But also, it was in a movie. Oh, Steven Spielberg made it. It was about the robot boy. He was looking for a blue fairy. Oh, it was a terrible movie, but whatever. But it's funny because it talked about a blue fairy the whole thing. The movie made no sense. I can't remember the name of it, but it doesn't matter. But the blue fairy seems to be one that people can connect to the strongest. It's like the fairy of wisdom. It's a fairy that doesn't take anyone's shit from I'm just told. It's very feminine, but also very masculine, very direct. Let's put it that way. A lot of what she has a lot of grandmothers connected to the blue fairy, like they think they are the blue fairy from other lifetimes. I'm not remembering it, not in their current life. But if you're right, grandmother is very direct and be very nasty. Some of that comes from the blue fairy. From what I know it's all crazy, but that's what I'm feeling. The blue fairy is a it's a symbol also that you're getting close to Agartha. So it does seem like she does appear to you. There are several different types of blue fairies, but so like when you're on your journey to the North Pole to Agartha, most likely you'll see a blue fairy. Well, one day when we're all getting a big boat and sail off there, yeah, it's like off limits by the government. Yeah, I picked this up here and there. The blue fairy is like a strong authority that people are not ready for it, as you can tell. She also has many healing properties. Also, has to do with a lot with the crown chakra. Has to do. She does connect to many females that have been through abusive relationships, such as physical abuse. Uh, and she does. They do deal with a lot of the draconians here also, because the draconians are the ones that cause a lot of the physical abuse. Well, they said men are very easy to tap into. They can connect to their vulnerabilities and kind of control them like a robot. That's what the Dracos do. Physical abuse, mental abuse, but also what happens is that the Dracos, I believe it's just the Dracos. There's others, but the Dracos. What happens is they go into the family and they pick on them. Of course, they can't see it. That's why we're all here sitting here crazy. Well, eventually people are starting to see them. It does seem also that depending on your belief system, it depending it depends on many things. Uh, from what I'm feeling, there'll be a time when these say like you have a being that's manipulating you. I believe this is in the future. You'll be able to see them because the positive beings around them. I've just had enough of it. But also, our world will be at a point where we're allowed to see them now. That's coming. We got a while for that, but you never know. It does seem like that's going to glimpse here and there. Meaning, it does seem like it's like the clappers, like clap on, lights on, clap off. I see like positive beings are allowed to show them, like the beings that are manipulating you to show you, like, look, there's a reptilian, you don't believe it. Okay, here's, we'll show it to you. Okay, fine. It does seem like we're going to get to that extent eventually when humans grow up, basically. We'll see how that goes. Um, but the blue fairy, I know it's crazy. I'm talking to a blue fairy. Yeah, she's very powerful. She can come right through. I might channel her in the in webinar or something like that. Well, what she's saying that what happens is the Dracos they hit the family. What that happens is that they cause a negative event in the family. It could be financial, it could be job loss, or a car crash or something. And then they kind of like see a crack. It's like, okay, now the family is vulnerable. Now we can go in and start screwing around with them. So now this event happened, whatever it might be. You can call it like the Manchester event. You can use that as an example. Is that let's see how strong these people are. So they go in and start saying stuff to them. But why don't you start drinking more? Why don't you start? Why don't you go like have casual sex with everybody? Who cares what happens or something like that? You're depressed, right? Why don't you get it out of your system? Stuff like that. And they try to break you down, try to get you abused on. The idea, from what I'm feeling, what she's saying, they get you addicted to something. That way, they can they can majorly, they can once you get addicted, then they can further manipulate you and drag you down. Basically, it's a slow process. Everybody's different. Some people are stronger than others. The weaker, those that are not as strong, I would say weaker. Like I said, they're looking for your weaknesses, and then they go after it, whatever it might be. Like if, like you say, like you're into like fancy things, you want, oh, I always want the most expensive stuff or whatever. So they kind of push that to you. It's like, don't you want all that? So they make you depressed and make you pissed off. And you see somebody that's a celebrity or somebody driving by, it's like, man, I wish I had that. And they kind of push that into you. That's how the Dracos work. That's part of it. That's what the Blue Fairy is saying. There's much more to it than that. They're very subtle. They make they make you think it's your thoughts. But that's how they get into your mind, and it becomes a sickness. Basically, they get you go against yourself. They get you to be negative. They find some way to. They find a vulnerability. That way, you're like attacking yourself. The more you attack yourself, then you attack others. It's like I feel I have no self-esteem now. Everybody thinks I'm ugly. So they start going after people that are good looking or whatever it might be, or just pissed off all the time. It just, I don't have this, I don't have that, yada, yada, yada. You notice how a lot of people are like, I don't have this, I don't have that. There's a lot of that. So it's like, I have to worry about bills, I got to worry about this. So they put that word, aren't you worried about that bill? Aren't you worried about this? They put that stuff into your mind and they really hammer it. They settle it, but then they can hammer it into you pretty heavy. This is how they manipulate people. This is why we're like the politics. I mean, how easy is that? Yeah, they just put, hey, look, you're making money making fun of this person. Why don't you keep doing it? And that's happening in late night right now. It's all a manipulation. It's all done so crafted, and it has such a pattern. It's like, and you feel like it's you. You're being, influenced. You have no idea. You can't see them. So it's like, and everybody says, "Oh, this is a reptilian doing this." They just call you crazy or whatever. It could be Nordic, could be Syrian. They all have their own little twerks. The Dracos are very, it does seem like there's more of them here. So you're gonna feel more of that Draco stuff. But there's others that are here definitely. Jeez. I see like a duck. Um, I see a duck. See what I mean? Then I'm called crazy. We're talking about this. I'm already talking about reptilians. I'm already seen as insane, and now I'm talking about ducks. See what I mean? I mean, it just goes. Oh, it just goes and goes and goes. There's a lot of yeah, it just gets more insane, and you can't see them, so they laugh their asses off. So you start talking about it, so they're just laughing their butts off. You know, it's when people are become more aware. It's like, you know, I saw that in a you know a meditation, or I just sense it, and it's like, okay, this is not good. When you start noticing them, it's like and figuring out, you know, I think these things are really here. It's like, but you're picking up on them. They know when you're picking up on them. It's like that pisses them off. Game's over. Of course, they can still laugh their asses off, but then they kind of do it, but they're pissed now. So yeah, become more aware of at least the negative ones, at least, and it becomes days of our lives with the aliens, at least. Yeah, they can get aggressive. They're trying to scare you, you know, whatever. You know, MIB does that too. Apparently, when you're awakening too many people, they get kind of pissed too. I guess it all depends on your approach, whatever it is that you're. Uh, it just means obviously the MIB are heavily manipulated, so they're just doing their job basically. Because what happens is that more people awaken. Some do get very, some are cool with it, some are not. Uh, but it does seem like it does interfere with the shadow government stuff that's going on. Um, and people become more aware of it. You can tap into it if you want to. I've had a certain degree, and that they don't like that. And when people start believing you more, they don't like that either. And you understand, you're just going by your own intuition. So there's got to be a lot more going on than this. I mean, we're told, you know, television, video games, sports. It's like, that's it. No, that's not it. This is what they're dishing out on us. No, there's a lot more. There's a secret space program. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of yeah, there are aliens here. They just can't be seen. Everybody calls us crazy, pretty much. They're here though. There's been documents. Everyone calls it crazy because people don't connect to their guides. They don't believe in any of this. They don't believe in guides. They don't believe in Gartha. So it's hard to take people seriously when they don't believe, when they call us all crazy, but they don't believe they have their own spirit guides. How can you take them seriously? So don't you believe in your guides? No. Well, then you just kind of discredit yourself right there. It's like you don't even know anything about yourself. Now you can call your guides, you can name them whatever you want. A lot of guys don't seem to have a name. They don't care. They don't care. It's like you connect to them, and I'm not sure how that works. It's like you already know who, like their spirit, their soul connects to you, so you know who it is. So you don't really need a name. Here we need a name. Here we need everything. We need everything fed to us because we don't know what we're doing. So those that are calling this discrediting all this, it's like you guys don't connect to your guides or anything. What do you know? So call us crazy all you want. It's like, what's the name of your guide then? I don't believe in that stuff. Well then I can't connect to you if you're gonna be like that. It's like, what do you know? I don't know anything. So, you know, that's at least that's my point of view of it. And I mean, many people are connected to spirituality now, have difficulties connecting to the real world. Quite understandable. Yeah, I have an issue with it too, because like I don't care about most things that most people talk about. So, at least in the real world, as they call it. But more of this will become known eventually, little by little. Um, and I'm not sure about seeing eventually. Yes. Uh, a lot of the actual stuff's been kept from me, Probably because I won't be able to function in this world. It's too much. I mean, like I black out my own mind. I do it willingly because it's just too much, but not all the time. Sometimes I always think, oh, this stuff goes. Whatever benefits others, of course, and myself. You know, it's not just about other people; it's about myself also. I gotta function here too. But as for functioning in this reality, I don't know. It's just I believe all this will be able to talk to you. Like I said, it has to like. My feeling is that if it hits like the mainstream, like coast to coast a little bit more, because coast to coast, you know, coast to coast AM with Art Bell, George Norrie, whatever you want to call it. They do go in. They don't. But I don't believe they connect to something like this, like what I was talking about here. Um, I'm not sure if anybody does actually. You know that we're the aliens, and or the angels, or the Garthians, um, and we just start to focus on that, and you know, let ourselves be known, basically, and that's how you heal the planet. I think so. We're not going to be perfect. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have good days. You're not going to be perfect. And that the idea is that you're open, but you're not judging anybody. Of course, in reality, you go into every day is like, uh, it's like you know sports and video games or whatever. It's like there's got to be more. I mean, there's nothing wrong with those things, but there's got to be more to it than that. You know what I mean? Especially when television is dishing out with their television shows. I don't watch any of that stuff, but you know, there's more to it than what we're being sold, basically. Um, and to function more in reality is, you know, it'll get easier. We're in the I would say the Renaissance. I don't want to call it the Dark Ages, but it's kind of like, but anyway, it's we're all here for a reason to turn the tables for the future, make the future easier for them. It'll be you know it's like it'd be no big deal for us. Kind of we have the hard time. This is the hard part is saying who you are and it's kind of like being a I know it's kind of like being a transvestite or it's like coming out but you're not a transvestite. You're just you know you're an alien or you're an angel, etc., etc. You know, and that'll eventually become because it's like people are looking around for these aliens to appear and all of that. I'm not going to believe in anything you say. It's like, come on, man, they're all here. It's just you're not seeing it. That's right. On Secure Team, that's right. I was going to mention this. I forgot. There was a CEO that's working on a space program for tourists. He said there's aliens here, and he didn't care what people thought. He didn't care what anyone thought. It was on 60 Minutes too. I forgot about that. Here, I'll bring it up. I forgot all about that. Yeah, it's probably old news to a lot of people, but I don't, you know, forget about that. Let's see here. I guess you have to watch it to get any information out of it. Anyway, I forgot about this. This is the video. I think this is it. Yeah, it's the balloon one. Yeah, it's the guy with the balloon. I don't want to play it, but yeah, it had the name of the. I'll have to look it up. Here it is. NASA partner billionaire is absolutely convinced they're already live on Earth. Yep. And here's a nice ad. It's about to play. Yeah, screw it. Man, the internet is fun, isn't it? Just ad central. Let's see what his name is. Yeah, I can't do anything. There's so many ads on this page. Jeez. Love the internet. We're in the Stone Age. As for internet, this is the Stone Age. This is why I have ad blockers, because you can't read anything that's going on. Let's see what it is. Oh, Robert Bigelow. That's his name. I can't seem to get anything decent here. Oh yeah, even his logo has an alien on it. Of course, you're not going to see that here because I have all these ads. Yeah, page won't load because there's so many advertisements on here. Jeez, that's not too bad. Oh, it's loading a video too. Never mind. I give up. All right, you got the idea. Jeez, gotta prepare that stuff before. It's like the Wild West. Okay, make sure nothing's popping up. But yeah, and that didn't make much news. I mean, even in the UFO community, I don't think much came out. Of course, security is the only place I saw that. Of course, I don't really pay attention to the UFO news, but that was the first. He's doing tourists in space and stuff like that, going back to the moon or stuff like that, something around those lines. But yeah, he's been spent millions on it, and interesting. So yeah, they are here, and it's just for us to grow up and see them, but grow up and see ourselves first. That's the main thing. Not worry about what you see. That'll come through eventually. You gotta heal who you are first. You can watch a bunch of Teal Swan. That might help. I get more confused when I watch Teal Swan. Actually, I get a big chuckle out of it, actually. But anyway, yeah, this is the Teal Swan of the insane. That's what this channel is for the insane, at least. As for anything else from anybody, let's see here. Jagger Hoover, he says more is going to come out about his sexuality. There's a lot of stuff he did that he's kind of regretting. This is the guy with the FBI wore a dress. Of course, I'll focus on that. But he did a lot of stuff. He's actually a very bitter Pleiadian because of his sexuality was very easy to connect to in his other realities of like Pleiadian world. Comes here and everything's a bunch of no, and he's kind of pissed off about that. So he went after people that made fun of him, basically. He abused his power for those that were not very kind to him. And a lot of it has not been documented, of course. Because he's head of the FBI. He's not going to, he can cover this stuff with no problem at all. Well, so, okay. Let's see, anybody else? This is from Jagger. Yes, the NSA are monitoring everything. They monitor certain people, of course. There's another version of the NSA that has really no name that do monitor extraterrestrial activities all the time. Kind of like what the NSA does, but they do most of the alien stuff. So yeah, they're monitoring where aliens are coming and going and doing whatever. That's what the MIB is. So it's not the MIB. It's they're not giving it a name to. It doesn't really have it. Sector 6, something like that. Most people won't connect with it. Most people are just afraid. But not all. Most people will call it nonsense. They'd rather be programmed than be awake. They do see that those timelines or that is going to change. Right now, they're programming humanity. Actually, they might hit humanity a little bit harder now because more people are becoming more aware of themselves. As more people become less afraid of them, like the MIB, the aliens that are kind of a pain in the ass, as more people become less afraid of them, Because right now many are scared. They don't understand it. As you become more understandable and less afraid, they're gonna program people even harder, put more fear into them. They may even put more fear into people that are aware of what's going on. Call you evil, bad, whatever. I think you already know that, but to give you kind of a they're going to spin everything around because they know how to work people. Boy, is that the truth? That's it. Yeah, they have people around their finger, don't they? They pretty much have all of this under their. It's around. People are just terrified to see the truth. Some people see it, some people don't, but they know how to work with people, manipulating their minds. They know how the mind works. So they know how to scare you into their. But it doesn't always work. So So basically, what they're saying, who's saying this? Um, I don't know. NSA, I don't know who's saying this. Basically, the master manipulators. They're not really saying who they are. But basically, if you can write out what they do to you, jeez, as they run your name into the ground, you will prevail. Basically, they're going to treat you like shit. Basically, I already know how that feels. So, yeah, they're going to throw everything they can at you to discredit you. And if you can handle all that, you'll be fine. So basically, when this becomes more known, the other way of looking at things, they're going to throw everything at you with the kitchen sink. They're going to, I mean, the kitchen sink. They're going to throw everything at you. Anyway, it's the way it goes. The life in the Wild West. Um, but people will see the truth. The more you prevail, the more that you don't care about what other people think, the more you will, more people you will awaken, of course. Yeah, they're going to try and smash your name, whatever. They're going to try and run it into the ground, whatever it is, just the way it is. Like I said, they know how to play humanity. Humanity is one easy, not always, but uh, it depends. Certain places are easy. Um, more like America is super controlled. Uh, Parts of Russia are, but even there, like say for example, like South America, there's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of anger there, but a lot of people are awakened. So a lot of this programming won't work with them. It doesn't really work with them already. They see around it quite a bit. They don't really see what's going on fully, but their minds are open. Russians, yeah, I do see China also. You'd be surprised. They might not understand it, but many of them are. They know something else is going on. They don't understand. But Americans also, but Americans seem to be, as you can tell, our politics. We're out to destroy each other. Not everybody, but quite a bit. Hey, yeah, there's a war going on. So, like our politics, and they also use materialism to brainwash people, as you can tell. Don't you want to own this? Don't you want to own that? This is what life's about. It's about owning things. So that's very American. Of course, it's in Europe also, but it's mostly America. In China, China's a big China, Japan. But definitely, America is very twisted. But this is where they're doing a lot of this stuff here. So we are we're the guinea pigs basically. But also, when you become more aware, known to all this, you can also up their game, meaning turn things around if you can handle the heat. Because when you try to make yourself known, they're going to come after you with everything they got. Not to put fear out there, but just to let you know, those that are, well, at least in my position, let's put it that way. Um, they're just saying that because they're just not to deter anybody, whatever. I mean, it's only those that are going to start, speaking the truth basically, and you know, put a big target on their back like I have basically. Um, a lot of people are going to obviously not do that. No, it's not ready for it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I mentioned this. Stop. Uh, I was gonna mention this. I mentioned something about Alex Jones. I didn't go into it. I forgot. As you can tell, people are into third density. That's all they know. Uh, Obviously, a lot are going to continue into it. They're not going to be wanting to release from it. They're going to stay in 3D, and that's it. You might see 4D. You might be doing magic tricks. You might be walking through walls. You know, it might be even flying. You never know. And a lot of people in 3D are just going to they're going to be angry. They're going to or just ignore you, just call you evil, whatever it might be, because they don't understand it. That's why it's nice. More people become more aware. I know some channelers. They say I'd rather be asleep than awake. I believe one said that. I forgot her name, Christy something. Anyway, Rises something like that. It's like, well, not that. It's just that it's easier to. It's hard being awake, basically. It's hard to be awake. That's all. It's going to get a lot harder. Yeah, that was basically it. So I'm glad. I was glad to be awake. I remember seeing that a long time ago. It's just not easy. It was going to get a lot harder as you put your as you bring up Crazy Town more into the populations. It's going to get more bizarre. So not many people are going to really want to put themselves in that position, but some of us got to do it because what we're experiencing kind of sucks. So so yeah, this is kind of a little bit of everything. For this video. Let's see if there's anything else. Those that are looking for healings, of course, can connect to Yeshua's energies. Expand your chakras also, meaning what he says, you can make them larger so they can accept more information. You can clear them, but you can also increase their size. Of course, this is within you. You're not going to burst or anything. It's just allowing more data to come through. I think he did it. You know, you can make your chakras as big as you want, really, as long as they're connected to you. That'll help you connect to the Akashic records also. Just what I'm not sure if you heard that, but anyway. Message from the Palladians. They are here along with other species. They are allowing humans, of course, to do your bidding. You do your own bidding. They do help humans shop for looks because they know looks is very important here. But also, feelings are hurt very easily here, but not enough for being open to what is on their mind. Also, the mind is not open to always. It is usually closed. It's not always saying what's on the mind. That's where telepathy comes through. And telepathy will come easy if you have a certain thought in your mind that you want to convey. You can use telepathy to send that to that person. Say, like, if you're talking to a person, it's like, you know what, I need to leave, and you can't get a word in, you can send a telepathic message. You will get used to this. Sometimes they'll receive it, most times they won't, but this is also practice for telepathy. Usually it takes a lot of aggravation to get telepathy to work. It depends to get your mind across when you can't seem to get verbally. You can't verbally say what's on your mind. Telepathic usually helps, and it will help you become more honest also. You get used to it. It takes time. There's a lot of things here too, apparently. Reptilians, Syrians. Yeah, the Galactic Federation of Light is here. Oh, man. Well, they say think for yourself. Many humanity is caught into the mindset of the group mentality. Many are not enough from thinking for themselves. They're still kind of closed into one thought pattern because they're worried what others think. Also, they're worried about financial situation. So it's hard to one thing. But also there's many manipulations around to keep you from the direction you wish to go. Many do feel confined where they are. Many would like to travel. Visualize this traveling. Visualize this job if you want one at all, or your galactic job for that matter. What would you rather be doing in your life? It doesn't have to be what's in front of you, it can be whatever is in your mind. This will help you let go of this reality and help you focus on what is soon to come. It will help you manifest happiness. You'd be surprised what will come through. Because there is many messages that are confining you into this world reality. It is for you to unzip this reality and to connect with what you would much rather be a part of. What reality do you want to live? Yes, you've heard this many times, but some do get bored and tired because they're not receiving, they're not living what they think they should be experiencing. It takes time. Your highest excitement, it is your thought excitement. Your thoughts are, yes, very powerful and very healing, also very vicious. Healing thoughts help you ascend. You will find these thoughts. Yes, there is a war around you, but also a peacefulness that can come through. You will find that peacefulness. If you allow it. Many are struggling with their fears, obsessions, and they're not feeling they're guiding into the right direction. And you have to clear out a lot of negativity to find the light within yourself. There is balance there, both dark and light, of course. But of course, sending light to places of terrorism that's happening on this planet. Yes, to help those that are involved with these terrorist acts, helping humans to see them, these events before they happen so they can escape before it happens. Because realize they do connect to their guides, but then they say, that's not going to happen. And then it does. So a lot of them are getting intuition messages to leave, but they don't listen. Some are, they have the choice. Some have a panic button where they can escape. Some don't have that. They have the choice. Oh, I'll just make my choice when this next time comes. Many don't want to wait for that. But the soul expands either way. But as you awaken, you can help and awaken others by putting out this idea that humans can avoid catastrophe. Just put it in your mind, just a thought. A prayer that humans can see more clearly, feel more clearly. That their intuitions are clearing away the fear. The fear is keeping them closed in. The idea is to be free. You have free will, but are you free with that free will? You have free will, but are you utilizing it? Usually, many utilize it in a negative way. Free will to, it's not always negative, but there are situations. I'm free will, so I'm going to think about negative things all the time. Imagine that makes sense. Because I'm having a hard time, I'm not connecting what I like to, and I'm having a pitiful day, things like that. Many here are on a war, also a war path, to find light, bringing light into a reality of helping a society become less lost, and you are sharing your light. Along with the animal kingdom, they do this all the time. But you can help the animals speak to humans and have more clarity of your mission here. Basically, is visualize how you want to see yourself. Word, place, everything. This will help you get more clarity on your situation, but also help you move away from the situation into the path you much rather connect with. You already see it, now you have to live it. It takes time. But I understand there's many lessons on the way. We will be with you soon. We will be seen in your skies. You will be visiting us when the time comes. Right now we have astral, but also just to let you know that we are near. We're not here to judge you, we're just here to help you. You can see us in your third eye. You most likely won't just see us, but you'll see others. Write down the fear. You will see us, see how close we truly are. Blessings. Okay, I think I've chatted enough. All right, blessings, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this. And see you tomorrow. See how things go with everything. Okay, blessings and